If you look to my left, look who that is. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Chris Claremont. Look at him. The legend right there. Amazing. Hi guys, Mom Vernon Kid here. How's everybody doing on their end? Well, I had an amazing week last week. For the first time ever, your boy here went to Comic-Con. And it's funny because if you've been following me for over the 7+ years I've been on YouTube, you've always heard me say, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, I guarantee I'm gonna go this year, and never go. And this is a guy who does live in New York, so it wasn't hard for me to not be able to get there. But I had a blast. I only went one day. I only went Thursday, but I made the best of that Thursday. Spent a lot of time in when I got to the Javits Center. I spent a majority of the time in the Artist Alley, where I got to meet some of my top tier favorite talent in the industry. Took pictures with them and everything like that. But why am I telling you this? I should just show you guys. Yeah, so sit back, relax for a short while, enjoy this collection of pictures that I've taken. Try to figure out who these people are. I'm not gonna tell you who they are, but if you are a comic fan like me, you probably know. But I had a fun time, and enjoy, guys. Off to New York Comic Con I go. Time to enjoy my day, but also find a little happiness. you look to my left, look who that is. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Chris Claremont. Look at him. The legend right there. Amazing. So, the day is over. Had a really good time here at the con. This won't be my last con, but the night has ended for me. I had a great time meeting all of my favorite artists and creators. Couldn't meet all of them, but I got to meet a lot that I wanted. Even got to meet some friends from YouTube. But I had a lot of fun, guys. Really a lot of fun. So, how did you guys think of that? You probably asked yourself, so that was probably cool. That was beautiful, Chris. It was nice to see you and all that, but what did you buy from Comic-Con? Honestly, guys, this time around, I wasn't there to buy anything. Yeah, I was. Trust me, it took a lot of willpower not to buy anything. The time when I was on the showroom floor, I passed many things, and I'm just like, oh my God, I want to buy that. No, I want to buy that. You know, there were comic books, you know, boxes, you know, guys there, you know, comics like, you know, this amount of comics for $2, and so I'm like, oh my God, you know, things like that. But it really wasn't about that. It was just for more of the experience. As you saw, probably I did get to meet one YouTube friend, as well as, you know, he's following me on Twitter and things like that, and it was really good to meet Brandon. He's fun, and I told him, like, hopefully, you know, we'll meet again. Unfortunately, guys, I did not get to meet Kat, Comic Uno. She was there, but I didn't get to meet her. The first day, she was in and out really quick, but we did chat over Twitter, and told her, you know, she felt sorry, but I was like, no, it's okay, you know. I didn't get to meet Melina Pendulum. She was there, and I seen all the pictures she took and who she took it with, and I thought the pictures I took were great. She met so many people there as well via her Instagram, but it was a lot of fun. But the things that I took out of the most of it was just talking to the artists, and, you know, just like I said, getting to hear what some of the, you know, what's gonna happen in the future for some of my favorite characters. I mean, for example, I got to talk to Tim Seeley, you know, who writes, you know, books like Nightwing and Tarzan and the Planet of the Apes. And speaking of that, I actually had him. Hold on. Speaking of, like I said, you know, with like I said, meeting Tim Seeley and asking him, you know, I got to ask some of these writers a lot of questions, you know, and I was scared a little bit. I was a little scared to ask them these, because I was like, I don't know if some, you know, operative of, you know, DC would be watching, like, you don't tell them. But the first thing I did do was ask Tim Seeley to sign my Tarzan on Planet of the Apes issue, and he did. He signed it inside here. As you can see right here, he signed it. And I asked him, like, what made you decide to write this with David Walker? And he said David, he had an idea for Tarzan, and that him and David's ideas kind of meshed up, so they were like, you want to do it together? And he was great to do it. the one thing I did ask him was about what's going to happen with what's going on with Nightwing. What's the future hold for Dick? He told me he dropped some 411 knowledge. He said, well, look out for issue 10, where Dick goes to in issue 10 of Nightwing, he goes to Bloodhaven. My eyes lit up, guys, when I heard that. I was like, he's going back to Bloodhaven? It was great. Meeting Charles Soule, another, was great. He was such a nice guy. As well as when I got the impression that he would have this very deep voice. His voice was kind of high pitched. I was like, okay. But he was another one that I wanted to get something signed by. It was just praising him on his Daredevil work. You took the ball from Mark Waid and you're running with it, and you're making Daredevil your own. And he signed my Daredevil issue number 9. As you can see that he signed it right there. And I asked him, he was really surprised that I brought this issue, and he said, he did this issue because of, he used to live in Hong Kong, so having able to use Daredevil and Spider-Man in that manner and have Hong Kong be used as a character, he really enjoyed that, and he loved that, and I thought that was a really good, interesting story. I shook his hand and just said, keep up the good work, sir, and you got a fan with me. I wanted to meet Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmini, but at the first time they weren't at their table. Then they came back, and then they left. They were going to leave again, but they said they were coming back about 5. When I came back, that line was around the bins, so I was like, and then when I went on to try to get online, it was a cutoff, and the woman wouldn't let me get on. I was like, crap. Greg Rucka was there. His line was crazy as well. I was trying to find Frank Cho. I don't know where he was. Every time I tried to go to his desk, he wasn't there. But another woman, and you probably saw it, was Marjorie Bennett. My God, that is a beautiful woman, and my God, she's beautiful. And tall, y'all. She is tall. She's an Amazon. And I remember she was like the second person that I actually talked to. The first person I talked to was Ray Anthony Heights, the creator of Midnight Tiger, Action Verse, and all that. Took a picture with him. You probably saw it, and he was great. But with Marjorie Bennett, I came and I was just, hi, Miss Bennett, and she was just such a sweetheart. And I was telling her congratulations on she's gonna be writing a new ongoing series. She's gonna be writing Batwoman, excuse me. And Stephen Epinen is gonna be doing the artwork. So I congratulated her. She said, "You have no idea how long I had to hold out, had to hold on to that secret." And you can hear this southern accent with her, but it was great. And when I left, after I praised her and said thank you and everything for everything, I came back to see her again, and she remembered my name. She's like, "Oh, hey, Chris," and she came back, and I said, "Hi, Miss Bennett." She's like, "You don't have to call me Miss Bennett. I was trying to tell you that the first time. So you can just call me Marguerite." And I was like, "Okay." And I said, "Could you sign my Josie and the Pussycats #1?" And she's like, "Sure." And I broke it out, and there's her signature right there. She signed it for me, her Josie and the Pussycat. And she loved that I bought the gold and black cover. And I asked her, I was like, "Why Josie and the Pussycats?" She said it pretty much came down because of her mother. Her mother told her to do it. So that's cool. So big ups to Ms. Bennett for that. No relation to me. And we joked about that all the time. Like, I was like, "Hi, Ms. Bennett, Chris Bennett." And she, no relation. But when she stood up to take a picture with me, my eyes went like, I was like this. I was like, "Can I take a picture?" And she's like, "Oh, sure." And she stood up and I went like this, and I was like, my God, you're tall. Like, and she laughed about it, but it was true. You know, got to meet Marjorie Liu. My God, she's a sweetheart. She was another sweetheart, and pictures don't do her justice. That's a beautiful woman too. Just told her how much I enjoyed her work. Amy Chun was fun. She was fun. I was like, she was fun to meet. You probably saw her in the picture too. She was the woman with the glasses. I told her I enjoyed her Poison Ivy, and then she dropped some lowdown on me about what's coming up next for her. She's doing a Kiss for Dynamite, and she's like, I can't say that because I don't want to get her in any kind of trouble with that one. But she's writing Kiss, you know, the band Kiss. You know, I wanna rock and roll all night. Yeah. And she's gonna take over Red Sonja, and I was like, whoa. So you go from Red Sonja, you go from Gail Simone, Marjorie Bennett. Now you add Amy Chung's name in there, and it's really cool because Dynamite, I think, is going to be giving it away for like 25 cents for the first issue. I was like, and so and besides, I'm a big Red Sonja fan, but you know, I was happy for Miss Chung. Fred Van Lint was fun to meet too. We talked about Generation Zero. He was great. I talked to Mark Brooks, told him how much I loved his artwork. Ed McGuinness was there. He was great. Who else did I meet? There was so many people that I got to meet. Meeting the Finches was fun. David and Meredith, I loved her. She was so funny because when I told her about, you know, I loved your Little Mermaid that you did for Xenoscope, she's like, she had so much fun doing that, writing that, and then we took a picture all together, and then she was like, your phone is so big, like she was like cracking up on my phone, you know, like, it's huge, like, your phone is huge, it's bigger than my hand. I was like, yeah, she was fun. She was another fun to be around. Peter David and Will Sniley, you know, the creative team for Spider-Man 2099. Peter David was great to meet. I told him, I said, you're the king of cliffhangers, and he laughed about it. He's like, I never heard that. Like, you know, it's like I never meant to be that. You know, but he's good at it. I was like, sir, you're just good at it. And Mr. Sniley was right there, and I took a picture of him. And got to meet Amy Reeder, Brandon Montclair, and Natasha Busho, the creative team for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And check that out. They signed all three. Signed my issue #1. I met a great cosplayer there who was dressed up like Lunella, and Amy Reeder was another sweetheart. Like, she was just so full of energy. She was there, and I was like, I love everything you write. You know, I was like, everything you're doing, Rocket Girl, everything. And I asked him, like, what made you choose Devil Dinosaur? Like, and a lot of it came down to, you know, the whole, you know, well, you know, they kind of pitched an idea, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I also told her, I was like, so how does it feel to have an 11-year-old or a young African-American girl now is the smartest individual in the Marvel Universe? She's smarter than Tony Stark. She's smarter than Reed Richards. How does that feel? Amy, Miss Reeder, really, she's like, I feel overwhelmed by that, you know, but I got them all, they all signed it, and I almost left this when I got to Natasha Busso. Very nice, talented artist. I didn't know she was from Barcelona, but yeah. I'm looking. I was like, "Hi, Miss Boozy. Can you sign my issue #1?" And she's like, "Oh, sure, yeah, I'll do it. No problem." And I'm digging through my bag. I'm like, "Where's my book?" And Miss Reader came over and gave it. She's like, "You almost forgot this." My eyes lit. I'm like, it was so funny. But everybody I met there, everything I did there was so much fun, and I plan to go again next year, definitely, guys. But I would probably say one of the biggest highlights of the night or that day for me was meeting Chris Claremont. When I heard he was gonna be there, that was one of the guys I was like, okay, I gotta meet him. And I met, Adam Hughes was there. I met Adam Hughes. He was great. I shook his hand. Adam, nice guy, very nice guy. Another one of my favorite artists. And I forgot to get him to sign my Betty and Veronica #1. I forgot it, but it was okay. But Chris Claremont, nicest guy you'd ever meet. And I think I made him blush because all the praise I was just giving him, and he just was just, oh my God, like he's like, I'm just like, but sir, it's true. I was just being honest with him. I wasn't trying to kiss his ass. I was just being honest. I was telling him, sir, your stories are still acclaimed today. They're still talked about, and you did such a good job. I was just like, sir, thank you for everything you've done for this industry. And I said I could check you off my bucket list of writers I wanted to meet. I got to meet him. That was one of the highlights of and probably another highlight, as you probably saw, meeting one of my favorite cosplayers, Ivy Doom Kitty. Oh my God, was she a sweetheart? She was another sweetheart, and she just I watched her at a panel, and it was about cosplaying and being comfortable with one's body and everything like that. And she gave this very impactful into her life, story into her life growing up in California and stuff like that. And I walked away from that just like, wow. And I'm like, wow, but I'm also like, my God, sweetie, you are gorgeous. Like, what are these people talking about? Like, you got curves in the right places and things like that. It was just so much fun. But I had a blast, guys. I really did. Like I said, I spent more time in the artist alley than anywhere else in the Javits Center. Even the autograph panelings and everything like that, or just the panels, I spent more time in the artists because that's really where I wanted to be. Seeing so many great cosplayers there, people dressed up as many characters. I saw a lot of Harley Quinns, Jokers, and a lot of people from Harry Potter. But when you saw people like Red Sonja, there was one girl I took a picture with who dressed spot on Batwoman, even had the pale skin and everything. There was another guy, really nice guy. This dude was 6'6". He was huge. You could see it from the picture, but he was dressed up as classic Luke Cage, and we talked about the series, and he loved it and everything like that. He gave me his info and said, yeah, this is what I do. He goes to cons. He's from Seattle, and he comes to New York Comic Con all the time, and he's always dressing up as different African American heroes. He showed me, and I follow him on Instagram. I saw his Mr. Terrific, his Patriot, his Falcon, everything. And I just kept telling everybody he was just the nicest guy. Just everybody just felt so nice, and I felt so much at home being around them. Nobody was like mean. Every time I said, hey, can I take a picture? Oh no, oh sure, yeah, come on, let's do it. Nobody was really like, oh, get out of here. Everybody was really cool about it. I was like, can I take a picture of Jason? This guy was dressed up as Jason Voorhees, and he's like, sure, dude. He got in the pose, and it was great. right before I left, you probably saw that picture of the whole family dressed up like the Incredibles. That was right before I left. I took that. There was only I only saw 2 Spider-Men, guys. I was a little disappointed at that. I'm like, there should be more Spider-Men here. Where are all the Spider-Men? And that I saw. But other than that, guys, my experience at New York Comic Con 2016 was truly blissful. Truly bliss. I plan to go again. Probably next year. I'll definitely take somebody with me. I enjoyed being by myself, but I really want somebody else to, go with. Take somebody with me to experience as what I felt. I felt at home. I felt, yeah, the Omni Geek High Lord of New York was home. He was amongst his other fellow High Lords and ladies. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, guys. And I can't wait to do it again. I really can't. Maybe next time I'll be more prepared in terms of being able to, when I figure out who's going to be there, break out more books. Because I saw who was there. I'm just like, am I going to take books or not? And I started just, okay, let me take this and take that. But being more prepared, being more, and maybe next time I will dress up, dress up in a cosplayer costume and things like that. But all I can say, guys, I had a hell of an experience. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Nothing more. And I hope for everybody else who went, you enjoyed it just as much as I did. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. You guys take care.